Yes, it is a dangerous thing to mistake speaking without thought for speaking the truth. By the way, the game of Clue is not dumb. I am, however, the confused reviewer, and I am not drunk. Now, I know I'm going to get some boos here, but this is not the greatest detective story in the world. A spoiler warning is now in effect. Rian Johnson says he has taken inspiration from the likes of Agatha Christie and Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, but really is just ripping them off. In this case, Mrs. Christie's short story Triangle at Worries, but this one makes no sense, and let's start with the Benoit Blanc sentence. Miles Braun is an idiot. Now, I know that Miles is a mix mostly of Elon Musk, some Jeff Bezos, and even Steve Jobs. But Miles, whose company Alpha is a global energy company, you can't be an idiot and run that kind of a company. You, however, can be an idiot for not burning the piece of evidence that can convict you. Which brings me to another complaint. At the end of the movie, Helen Brand is smiling and hanging out with Benoit Blanc, happy that she knows Miles Braun is going to jail. Did she realize that she, who burned the most famous painting in the world to the ground and destroyed Miles' home, is going away for arson plus attempted murder? No wonder she couldn't solve the puzzle like everyone else. Anyway, let's get to the main part of the picture. Braun has invited his friends, nicknamed the Disruptors, to his island. They are the politician, the scientist, the vlogger and his girlfriend, the ex-business partner, the former model and her assistant, here on Miles Island. Plus Daryl, but you can ignore this Kato Kalin stand-in. Everybody does. Anyway, it seems that Benoit Blanc has been invited, we are led to believe, to be part of Miles' murder. By the way, Blanc solves the game in 2 minutes, and no, you don't get an iPad for it. It is then the audience is sent back in time to how Blanc got the invite in the first place. The ex-business partner's twin sister comes to hire him to solve her murder, and the sister knows that one of the disruptors did it. Which brings me to another problem I have with this movie. Andy Braun is a famous person. Now, you can keep this quiet maybe a day or two, but the fact that she is now dead, possibly a whole week or more, not going to happen. Miles murdered her because she found proof that the Alpha idea was hers to begin with, and she foolishly sent a picture to Miles instead of having, her lawyer send him a letter of some kind. The suspects. First, we have Claire DeBella, the governor of Connecticut running for Senate, who now thinks her campaign is going to go kaput because of Miles' new energy source. Something I fully don't understand, because it's supposed to be clean energy. Lionel Trousseau is not just a scientist, but the top scientist at Alpha. He is not on board with the fact that Miles is going to announce his clear. Lionel thinks it needs to be tested for 2 years. We move on to Duke Cody, a men's rights blogger who sees Miles sleep with his girlfriend Whiskey, although we do not know that Duke has in fact set it up so this can get him on Alpha News. Then there is Birdie J. Birdie J is a former fashion model who doesn't know anything. She doesn't know that certain words are ethnic slurs, and I mean long-time ethnic slurs. How did this woman graduate high school? Miles does say that he will give her $30 million to take 100% of the blame, so she has reasons really to keep him alive. Also, what is it with breaking all the glass like a spoiled child? So allow me to sound like Benoit Blanc as I describe Rian Johnson to you. His suspects don't have a real reason to kill anybody, and he can't come up with an original way to kill anyone in his film. So what we are left with is that Rian Johnson is an idiot. His movie is not so dumb it's brilliant. It's just dumb. I give this 2 poison drinks out of 5. I would recommend people see it as what not to do in a murder mystery. And you should go and watch some Agatha Christie or Sherlock Holmes instead.